tigers hinges on providing them land, prey and protection. Here. Then continuing with the theme of tigers, Sita, life of a wild tigress. Tigress. No female wild tiger has produced more documented litters than Sita, who has boosted the tiger population in the Indian National Park she calls home. Then Australia by bike. Wandering down under on two wheels brings an American journalist face to face with his adopted country. The royal crypts of Copán, hidden for more than 1,500 years beneath the ruins of an ancient city in Honduras, the death house of an illustrious Maya ruler, dazzles archaeologists with its regal cache. And the age of comets, cosmic visitors with tails stretching across the heavens, bear remnants of the early solar system. Scaling the dragon spires, drawn by natural arcs and sheer cliffs, sport climbers tackle the Halong Bay Islands of Vietnam. Uncovering Patagonia's lost world, digging up one surprising fossil after another, paleontologists are rethinking the evolution of the dinosaurs in South America. National Geographic because they have such beautiful large images. Making room for wild tigers is the name of this article. I will read some little excerpts. Resting after a night of hunting, a tigress called Sita remains a sentinel, ready to leap at the throat of any creature that dares approach the den where her cubs lie hidden in India's Banhavakar National Park. I'm sorry for mispronouncing that. Alarming drops in world tiger populations present a quandary. How to preserve wildcats in wildlands as farms and cities eat away at habitat and poachers step up their murderous trade. Here is a really cute picture of the mother tiger Sita holding one little tiger cub. Hiding cubs well is critical, since the mother tiger may be away hunting for 24 hours or more. estimated tiger populations. In India, it is the largest, or it has been the largest. I don't know how accurate this still is, because this is from 1997, and so it is more than 20 years ago, almost 30 years ago, right? In India there have been the most 2,500 to 3,750. Way more than in any other country. I am also surprised that the Siberian tiger is living so close to Vladivostok, on both sides actually. Young Siberian tiger. I like the view of this picture. With feline grace abandoned, but she takes her picture by breaking an infrared beam at an unmanned remote camera site in Bandhavgarh. Sweltering in 120-degree heat, she seeks relief in a pool, despite its fetid brew of rotting leaves and monkey urine. Oh. A daughter of Sita, she has outgrown her name, but she means female child in Hindi. Here's some tigers on the safari, I assume, for tourists in South Korea. Tigers are tearing off meat tongue from the butts at an amusement park. That is why they're so close. Then there's a couple of pictures of house tigers, apparently. Betty Young plays with Butterball, one of the 52 tigers at her 10-acre compound in northwest Arkansas. Young takes in tigers given up by owners unprepared for a 400-pound pet, breeds them, even trains them to use a jumbo-sized litter box. Alien scent of photographer Nichols elicits a warning snarl from Butchie. Upwind, Nichols hidden in a blind would have gone unnoticed. He usually worked from atop an elephant. To tigers, a human on an elephant is merely an appendage atop an animal too large to kill. It surely looks scary when it has the teeth exposed like that. animals are still hunted for trophies. Large wild animals killed just to have the head exposed somewhere on your wall. Well, here's another article of Sita. So the tigress, and here she's taking care of the puppies again. A radiant Bengal tiger called Sita gives her cubs an early morning bath. The ritual helps cement the maternal bond, so crucial in the first year of life. Sharing the name of a Hindu goddess, Sita is admired by visitors to India's Bandhavgarh National Park for her keen hunting skills and fierce devotion to her young. Conservationists value her prolific breeding. She has bolstered the local population with 6 litters during her nearly 16 years of life. Here she is marking the territory. An adult Bengal tigress consumes an average of 13 pounds of meat a day. But sometimes a lot more and some days none at all. Here's also a cup looking. The mother is taking the cubs. To feed on a deer that she has killed the night. The camouflage is so beautiful. Here's some self-portraits in the wild, where the journalists have put a camera somewhere that detects movement. Here's one tiger, some monkeys. Alright, the next story. It's titled A Bloody Long Way Home, Australia by Bike. I find this extremely interesting because I also love bike touring. I haven't had the chance to go on multi-day bike tours yet, just a couple of days at most, but I would love to do a longer bike spot the sheep and touring motorcycles to round them up. This is somehow very stereotypically Australian to me. I lost one pet tarantula spider, last seen heading towards coiled eggs. I would never take a tarantula as a pet. I would be way too scared. But in general, I would be really afraid of the wildlife in Australia as well. I would love to visit Australia, but I am coming from a country where there's barely any poisonous, venomous animals, and I am not used to that. Some pictures of the people he has met on the way. Wow, this road is so long, like continuing straight. It looks like until the horizon. Probably not quite, but well, it looks like a place where you can cycle really, really fast, but at the same time, because the scenery is not going to be changing at all, it's going to feel like you are not moving at all. How he is describing it, a steaming asphalt treadmill. That's the road a few hundred miles south of Darwin, where you buck headwinds and sweat for hours, but the scenery never seems to change. It would be so exhausting. I once heard that the cyclists who enjoy the greatest success riding this circuit approached the cyclists who enjoy the greatest success riding this circuit approach the journey as a test of stamina and logistics. My test feels more like an essay question. On the road less traveled, what really matters most? So, this next story is the Royal Crypts of Copán. The Royal Crypts of Copán. A place with cinnabar, the remains of a woman laden with jade lie deep within the ruins of an ancient Maya city in Honduras. Recent excavations have revealed the origins of the city's acropolis and perhaps the founder of its powerful dynasty. says project director Bill Fasher of Harvard. You could walk through all the myths of Maya civilization, the bathhouse, the house of knives, the mountain where maize was born. Here they have explained what each of these structures are. This one here is called structure 16. Number 2, Rosalila. I can't hear features of underlying Rosalila here. Altar Q here. Corte River Cut. Where is that? Number 11. Here. Bathhouse. East Court. House of Knives. Sub-Jaguar Tomb. Here is with a tomb. Jaguar God of the Underworld. Sculpture. Number 16. Where do we find number 16? Mountain where Maitse was born is here, and here is another. Through a maze of tunnels, archaeologists have explored the buried ruins of buildings without harming the structures on top. It's like arthroscopic surgery, maximum gain with minimum pain. Starting in the east where the Copán River had eroded part of the Acropolis, excavators followed floors on 5 levels in more than a mile and a half of tunnels like this. More than 50 feet deep here. So here's some remains of a body, some pottery from the Maya dynasty. Effigy pot, as well as a variety of other vessels meant to hold food and drink, perhaps for the next life. The jade inlays in 2 of the man's teeth emphasized that he was a highly esteemed person. Here is a map of where this is located, Copán here, in Central America, in Honduras, really close to Guatemala. An outpost of Maya culture, Copán sent goods, people and ideas from the frontier to the heartland and beyond. Experts debate the nature of its foreign contacts. styles from distant places, such as Teotihuacan, does not seem like a subjugated city. Teotihuacan was the New York of that time, believes Ricardo Acurcia. Everyone wanted to show he had connections there. This spot here with these paintings, or I believe they are somehow painted, is from Teotihuacan. Epitaph for a ruler larger than life. It is amazing. It is so beautifully carved and has been preserved so well. The grand design of the cosmos decorates the entrance to the Margarita building, erected by Copán's second ruler. The entwined Quetzal and Macau center right stands for the dynastic founder, almost certainly buried below, the intermediary between heaven and earth, flanked by gods of nature. Only the elite could read hieroglyphs, but this would have sung with meaning for anybody. Looks really powerful with some kinds of birds here. They look kind of like eagles to me. The age of comets. Comet Gallery has some beautiful images. But you can really see how image quality has improved in the last 30 years. These are some of them really grainy. Well, if I was to take a picture with my camera on my phone, they would still be grainy like this, but the best cameras are getting way better. Path of Comet Hale-Bopp. So this is why they have a story or an article about comets, because in 1997, 1996, 1997, the comet Hale-Bopp has been close to the Earth. I actually didn't know is called the Kuiper Belt. Comet parking lot. The Kuiper Belt is thought to contain countless comets orbiting roughly on a plane with the planets. First predicted in the 1940s, Kuiper Belt objects were not confirmed until this decade. So, 1990s. Oh, this is beautiful. Stars and comet. Now for another breathtaking picture. Scaling the dragon spires of Vietnam's Ha Long Bay. There's a mountain climber or rock climber here on a really steep cliff here. I find it really cool. I would never have the courage to be climbing something like this, nor the skill, but I enjoy bouldering, but I am extremely afraid of heights, so something like this in the nature would be absolutely terrifying for me. Here is a boat sailing in the bay. Some other cliffs like this. And one interesting little detail is, don't you think that this is also a person here? I think that there's some standing here as well. This perspective is absolutely amazing. Almost feels scary just looking at this. Anchored by a single finger of his left hand, Todd Skinner reaches for the next hold as Paul Piana feeds rope from below. Skinner, whose ascent of Pakistan's Tranga Tower was featured in the April '96 Geographic, likens Ha Long to a crazy stone forest. Here it is, Ha Long Bay in Vietnam. I like this image a lot. These cliffs are so black here, and the climber here. It looks almost as if it was just photoshopped on top of the image because of the contrast. I can imagine driving across the country on the passenger seat with some friends, rolling across the vast dry plains of southern Argentina. Paleontologist Rodolfo Correa hunts a long-dead quarry. Fantastic dinosaurs buried in South America 100 million years ago that are now coming to light in an explosion of discoveries. Wow. Casparinisaura. It's cool. Really small, this one. Foot-long Giganotosaurus, one of the largest of all carnivores. They have been huge. So there's a lot of dinosaur fossil sites in Argentina. Wow, here you can see a scale. Here's a child and an adult human being. And here's some. These are already large to be lizards, but some of these dinosaurs are gigantic. Some are archaeologists at work. The scenery is very beautiful, very majestic. Like makes you respect the nature. Three-toed fossil tracks near El Chocón. Wow. Here you can actually see these fossil tracks. I'd be interested to know how large these are in diameter. Maybe they tell me in the tips. I'm not sure. Thank you for watching the video, and if anyone has watched until the end, please share in the comments below what was your favorite topic from this magazine, and if you would like me to do other similar